What's up, y'all? This is your boy Coast back again with another video tutorial. This time answering a question that I saw again on D&B production on Facebook, asking where do people get their acapellas, where do they get their vocal samples from, and there's a couple that I use. It's been a while. I've got a pretty hefty library of acapellas and stuff, so I don't necessarily download as many anymore. It's probably been a couple of years, so maybe there are a few sites out there that I don't know about. If there are, leave a comment in the comments box. Let other people know where you get your samples from. I'm going to predominantly try and focus on like sourcing sounds for free, as I'm a cheapskate and I like good free samples if I can. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it, and this is generally where I get my samples from. So stay tuned and we'll go through it now. So first of all, actually, where is it? There we go. Acapellas for you. This was originally my go-to for all my acapellas. It's really, really good. At least I remember it being really good. Just go to search acapellas. Sometimes you might find, I actually enjoy this. It's quite relaxing whenever you're feeling like stuck for inspiration or something like that, and you just want to work on music or work on finding samples, but you don't necessarily want to sit down and write a tune. It can be quite good just to spend a day, maybe a couple of days, just sort of sitting down and finding yourself some good samples. So yeah, the reason I like Acapella for You is, one, they've got tons and tons of good acapellas, and two, you've actually got this pretty nifty little sort of search for bar down here, so you can search by genre. You can, if you want to work off BPM, you can do that. So let's search for pop. There are we. I quite like using pop acapellas actually, simply because, not K-pop, not teen pop, definitely not, but simply because a couple of reasons. One, pop, obviously being popular music, it's all been pretty much recorded in good, high quality studios by really good mix engineers, professionals that know what they're doing, that have been sort of doing it for a long time, and the artists are then really, really good artists with really good voices. Some of them you want to avoid. I wouldn't necessarily ever take a Justin Bieber acapella and use that in a tune, but there's plenty of people out there that take just like little vocal snippets of like a Mariah Carey acapella or something like that, pitch it down, add a ton of reverb on it, and you've got a really nice little sort of vocal snippet that no one really knows where it's from, or you wouldn't necessarily think straight away, oh, that's a Mariah Carey song, because, well, obviously Mariah Carey's not cool when you mix drum and bass, but if you take a little section, edit it a bit, put a filter on it, reverb, it can actually sound pretty decent. Pitch it down, who knows? So yeah, you've got tons of samples here, and obviously you can search by key. So let's say, for example, we're working in key of E or F. You can even put your modes in here, which is really, really useful. But yeah, just see what they've got here in the key of F, from 162 BPM to 200. Nothing, apparently. Let's just search for any. Just do a quick search for that. And yeah, if any of these sort of take your fancy, you can just go through them all, listen to the ones that you like. Let's take, for example, this one. Interactive track preview and download today. Yeah, so apparently the website wants to make a little bit of money. Can't blame them. They've got a pretty good website here. You can download, but apparently you can't preview the track. So I guess you could just download a ton of acapellas and then just listen to them all afterwards, after you've downloaded them all, and just keep the good ones, get rid of all the rubbish ones. So yeah, you've got the forum as well. I'd recommend maybe going through the forum, taking a look and seeing what other people are using, what other people rate, and that sort of thing. So yeah, Acapellas for You, really good one. Another source that I would use, Looperman. Probably haven't used this as much. Let's just have a quick listen to the top one.
Keep distance of edge.
We played the songs that night we met at the.
Alright, again, you've got a very similar sort of search function. Let's go for female vocal only. Find acapellas.
Back to home.
So yeah, as I say, you know, it does definitely take a little bit of sort of digging through the crates, so to speak, to find some good stuff, but it's in there. There is good stuff in there.
That's how many beats I live for. And
You know, you just got to dig really to find some good ones.
business number 2 on the way. 2 more years and I have a degree, whatever that means.
Yeah, anything. All varying quality. You know, there's going to be some really good quality ones, some recorded on a mic, pretty much like mine, that sucks. But yeah, as I say, it's just a case of digging through and finding what works for you. I suppose you could also rate it by sort of stars. You know, that might give you a better sort of idea of the quality. So you might want to say, if they got a rating system, order by number of downloads. Yeah, and obviously my theory being that the more people that have downloaded it, the better the quality is. So let's just take a listen to some of these. Yeah, that sounds really nice. I would use something like that in a song. I might even go back and download it later on.
Somewhere within your soul
Very Viking-y style.
comes back around. I feel
But yeah. And then, of course, if you find a particular artist that you like, you can just click on them and you can find any other songs that they've done. So let's say that I like this one.
Down the road I could stroll.
Yeah, and what I can do is click on her sort of profile and then just see all the songs that she's done. Let's say I like her as an artist and I, want to use a lot more of her tunes. I can take any number of these. So yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, that's the same one. So that's just looperman.com. Let's have a look. Just free audio samples searching. You can actually get a pretty good haul just by searching in Google for free audio samples or free vocal samples or free acapellas. It's entirely up to you. Another one, Sample Swap. Haven't actually used this one, but I've heard good things, but I can't attest to whether they're good or not. So let's just have a listen to a couple.
Yes, just keep your eyes peeled, keep your head up high. You would drown if it.
Yeah, same again. I'm sure there are some little nuggets of gold, but you're just going to have to sift through to find ones that you do like. But yeah, that's just another source. That's sampleswap.org. One that I haven't really used that much, so I won't really go into it. One that I have used quite a bit, Freesound. Freesound is an amazing website. You not just for samples, you can sort of find anything you want on there. So I'll just take Acapella, for example. Do a quick search, and yeah, nice, easy sort of search function. So you can search by relevance. Let's go for downloads highest first. And again, my theory being that the ones at the top should have really good quality ones. If enough people have downloaded it, there must be a reason that they're downloading it. So let's give it a listen. Not quite an acapella. Dubstep. No. Sounds like something Chase and Status have put in a dubstep tune back in the day. Yeah. Could be used, yeah. Another thing I really like about Freesound is the fact that you can just play samples really quickly, download them really quickly. It's great having a website with like 1 million different acapellas on, but unless you can browse through them quickly and find out the ones that you want to keep and the ones that you don't want to keep, you're going to be there all day. So it's just a sort of kind of what's the word, like convenience, I guess. It's just trying to find good stuff very quickly. But yeah, as I say, not just for acapellas, all sorts of sounds. It's one of my favourite sites whenever I'm searching for free samples. So yeah, check out Freesound. Really rate it, and I think most of it, if not all of it, is free. Another one. This is quite an interesting one. This is something some artists do, like Burial. So you've got Burial, Archangel. Burial was probably one of my favourite artists that isn't drum and bass. I'll just play you a little section here. Now that vocal, you might say to yourself, where the hell did he find that? Did he get someone in to record that? Did he sample it from another record? No. He got it from here.
Been 5 months since you went away. You left without a word.
And he did some processing to it that really didn't make it sound anything like this. So, I mean, this case in point, it's not the tools that you use, it's how you use them, so to speak. So, I mean, just listen to the hum and the fizz and the low quality of the camera and the cutting in and the cutting out, and, you know, it's not a good recording at all, but Burial still managed to take that sample and flip it and turn it into one of the best songs probably ever written. So,
Thing to say.
I mean, you can really hear how bad that quality is. So, you know, he probably would have done a lot of processing to that. But the fact is, this is just a sample that he's ripped from YouTube. He's just gone onto YouTube, probably searched for a few, used like maybe a bootleg ripper, or just recorded the audio straight into Ableton. You can even see down here, this is my cover, Amanda's Perez's Angel. My cover was also sampled by the one and only Burial. So yeah, I doubt she would have had as many likes as she did had she had not been sampled by Burial, and all the crate diggers like me going in and finding good samples. But yeah, that's really amazing how you can take a really low quality, low hi-fi, essentially crap recording and turn it into something that, you know, thousands of people would buy, and, you know, people are spending stupid amounts of money on like any vinyl releases, 30, 40, 50, 60 quid on limited edition vinyls that came out, that sort of thing. It's ridiculous, really, and it's just from YouTube. So, you know, it just goes to show. So yeah, that's using YouTube. Splice, obviously, pretty self-explanatory. Again, I think you have to pay for Splice. I don't think they do many, things for free, so I won't talk about it, nor do I use it that much. But again, just, go through them, find samples that you like, and yeah, that's Splice, pretty self-explanatory. Going back to YouTube, YouTube's a really great source for acapellas and things like that. I mean, one sort of thing that you could do, for example, is type in acapellas, hit enter, and then if you want stuff that's sort of more recent, you can just search for any acapellas from this month. There's my tutorial. Amazing. Yeah, and you just go through and you listen to a load, and then if you like them, there are ways that you can either download the video and convert it to audio, which is what I do, or you can also do what I do, which is just record it straight into Ableton. So that's useful, and you just type in acapella. You can, some of the ways that I do it is searching by this month or this year, and just using the filter to kind of go for the things that you might like. So just sort of maybe by rating acapellas in the last month, filtered acapella, that's what I was talking about in my last tutorial. So yeah, you can find some pretty good like little gems just by going through doing that. Another way that you could do it is simply by searching for playlists. And you know, why, if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know. People have already gone through and they've made their own playlists that are available to the public, and you know, made playlists. So you've got, you know, thousands, I should imagine, of playlists that you can go through, and you just sort of take one, for examples, maybe not freestyle acapellas, hip-hop acapellas, and just listen to each one, and you know, the ones that you like, just jack them.
Yeah.
The ones that you don't like, move on. Yeah, really good little way if you can put up with the adverts. Really good little way to find some really good acapellas.
Yeah. Gibby, that hustling is so in me. Never show envy.
I mean, who doesn't like a bit of Method Man and Redman?
Blows this North Pole cold. My hands got areas that fit snow.
Yeah, or you can, you know, take that. Let's say you're looking for a specific genre. Let's say R&B. And you know, you got tons of acapellas right here.
We both seek and hope to find real love.
Yeah, really good source for acapellas that you probably wouldn't find anywhere else. God bless YouTube. Yeah, so moving on. WhoSampled. This is my own little gold mine of finding really good acapellas. I won't tell you how I use it because, well, that's just me being sneaky and wanting to keep my own little secrets. You know, every producer's got to have their little secrets, but you know, there are ways to find really good acapellas using WhoSampled. WhoSampled is basically a really good little website. If I take, for example, Kanye West, and I click on Kanye West, and it's got there to do. Take one everyone knows. And it will tell me the track here is Power by Kanye West, so I click on that. And it comes up with Power, the original song. And it says here, if you look, contains samples of 3 songs. So that means Kanye West has used 3 different... Wait. That's the remix, I don't want that. I want the original. Power by Kanye West, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And this is amazing. You know, a lot of people hate on Kanye, but I think, you know, musically he's actually very talented. So we all know Power.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing so.
And it says down here, contains samples of 3 songs, and these are the 3 songs that Kanye West has sampled in that song. So let's take the top one, Afro America. And I think you'll recognize this. And that is why I rate Kanye, because he takes some really good samples and flips them into really good songs. Whether you like him or not, you can't say that he's not sort of talented as a producer. So, enough of fish sticks. Let's move on to a different one. So yeah, you know, just type in, you know, any artist, and you know, just have a day looking through and finding yourself. You won't necessarily always find acapellas. You might do sometimes, but you'll find all sorts, and that you can get a really, really good source of different vocal samples and, you know, different sounds. So yeah, that's WhoSampled. Obviously, again, stems on Beatport, a paid one, so I don't use it much because I am a bit of a cheapskate. But yeah, they do have their own stems on Beatport, so you can do your own remixes. Another one worth mentioning is if you just go to Google and you type in remix competition or something similar, you know, you will find some websites that are specifically geared towards like remix competitions, and you can get the stems and stuff from that, and you know, use like, you know, just take bits from it and not necessarily do the remix competition, but you know, just take the actual stems, especially if there's some good vocals. So yeah, that's another little trick there. Going back to YouTube, you can just type in something simple as acapella in F minor and just search and see what you come up with. There are some good channels. I know this Vice Acapellas one. They have actually got some good ones. This one's that I use quite a lot. They haven't updated for a little while, but it's just an actual what's it called, a profile, and you can just click through and listen to some of the videos. It's just a
Acapella.
just a page specifically for acapellas. Again, 90% of the stuff you're going to find in here is not going to be very useful to you, but there are going to be a few little gems in here that you wouldn't necessarily have ever found, and that's one of the things I like doing. You know, just getting a cup of tea, sitting down and just, you know, listen to a bunch of acapellas, and then, you know, when you find one that you really like, you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to, you get, you know, quite inspired. You're like, I can't wait to use that in a tune. Yeah, it's quite useful, these ones, because it's already got the key. What else? Last and not least, there is a Reddit. I've never used this before. I didn't think of it until I was coming up for ideas for this video. But yeah, obviously Reddit's going to have an acapellas thread, and you know, Reddit's normally a pretty good source for things like this. You can just sort of go through and see what people are looking for. So yeah, Arabian Nights, for example, you could take something like that and flip it. Maybe not that one. But yeah, you get the idea. You can just go through and find something that you like. So yeah, those are my top tips for finding vocal samples, acapellas, and the like. As I say, if you've got any more really good tips, where do you get your acapellas from? Leave a note in the comments, let people know. You know, share alike, and we can all learn together. So yeah, as I say, I hope this tutorial helped someone. Yeah, I think that's enough for my rambling. So peace out.